Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Christina Nelson Show, real people who motivate, inspire, and heal. And today is a very special edition. In honor of Women's History Month, I have decided to feature a few of my favorite women. And tonight, I will have a good friend of mine named Crystal Wiggins. She is the owner of Weave Queens, a salon out in New Jersey, and she is my very special guest. So, welcome, Crystal.
Hello.
Hi, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. I'm so glad that you are out here. I'm so glad that you decided to be my special guest in honor of Women's History Month because women don't get an opportunity to have their spotlight on them and shine and be known as entrepreneurs, especially African American women. So it is an honor to have you on the Christina Nelson Show.
I'm honored to be here.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, Crystal, Weave Queens. Okay, so when did you notice that you wanted to start doing hair?
I think I've wanted to do hair my whole life. uh yeah, like since I'm a little girl. I
Oh, wow.
know that every Christmas I didn't care if I didn't get anything as long as I had a Barbie head. Yeah.
One of those big heads, like just the
One of those
head.
big heads. They're so small now, but back then they were so big. Yeah, I had to have one of those
Oh, wow. And you would, I guess, pretend to do her hair and all
all
that
the
kind of stuff.
time.
Oh my goodness, that is too funny. It's funny because little girls have those heads and they want to do everything, but rarely do we ever get to really live out those dreams and everything, you
Right.
know? Wow, that's amazing. So we've known each other for some time. So I'm going to give the history, guys. So I met Crystal about 16, maybe 17 years ago. I don't know. It's been a while. We worked at a small insurance company and we just became fast friends. Her, myself, and another young lady. I'll give her a shout out to Tamara. So we all worked together. We ate lunch together. We did a lot of things together. And of course, after some time, everybody kind of goes their separate ways. I'm still there. Praise God, I got a job. Thank you, hallelujah. So, so we, still keep in touch after all these years. We still go to lunch like once
Yes,
a
ma'am.
year, if not. We just always keep in touch, and I really thank God for that connection now we still have. And so, in saying that, we had a lot of talks, and I remember when you first decided to that you were going to go for all this and everything, and it was like amazing. And when you actually did it, it was like, yes, queen, yes, you did that
Aw.
thing. And I remember the first time I went down, you lived in Elizabeth, and you had the one in your basement.
Right.
You had a salon in your basement, and it was hooked up, y'all. Like it was hooked up, like
Aw, thank
basement
you.
was. You would have went down there like this is not nobody's basement. This girl had her salon popping right in her basement. It was wonderful. So how did that transition actually go from being working at an insurance company to owning a hair salon?
Like I've always wanted to own my own hair salon and I
Hmm.
always knew that I would,
Hmm.
but I chose to like work at, 9 to 5s like the insurance company
Hmm.
because I had two young kids at home.
Right.
And so I needed that consistent, steady income.
Yes.
And with owning a salon, the income it changes. It's not always the same.
Yeah.
And then you have to build a clientele, like, and that takes time.
Hmm.
So yeah, once my kids went to college, I was like, yeah, it's my
Hmm.
turn.
Hmm.
So that's when they were in college and I enrolled in cosmetology school. And I was
Wow.
like, okay, yeah, now because they're older, I don't have, I can do this now.
You don't have to worry about babysitters and you don't have to worry about
Babysitters,
all of that kind of stuff. You were just like,
after
it's on.
school care, none of those things.
Yes. Oh, that's amazing. I love that you made that choice because there's a lot of single mothers, and that's the one thing too. Like especially when we're single at that time, you just like worried about taking care of our kids,
Right.
and that's all we're concerned about is let me just take care of our kids, and we always kind of push back our goals and
Right.
all of that just for the sake of being mom and doing what we have to do. But once the
Right.
kids are grown, there's really no more excuse. Right now, what? And so
Exactly.
and
And
you
it's
went to
never too late.
cosmetology. Never too late, and that's what I wanted to emphasize. How old were you, Crystal, when you did this?
Oh, uh, I was close to 40.
I was gonna say we hadn't hit 40s yet.
No, but I
Mm-mm.
think I was like Wait, that's 2015. Oh, wait a minute. That was what? 2015. This is 20, so that was 6 years ago.
Oh
Wait,
no, we
I
were.
was 40.
It was 40. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, it's never too late. 40 and just going back to school and getting your cosmetology degree and then owning a salon. Oh no, you had to work at a salon
Well, I got my cosmetology license in
license.
2011.
Oh,
But in
okay.
order to own a salon, you actually and to manage it, you have to work in a salon for 3 years first and be licensed for 3 years
Wow.
before
Okay.
you can open a salon.
Oh, see, I didn't know that part. So you had to
Hmm.
do your due. You had to do what you did.
Yep,
And once that was over with, you were like, okay, now it's time.
exactly. What
Oh,
happened was
wow.
actually though, I went to my boss at the salon that I was working at, and I was
Hmm.
one of the lead stylists,
Okay.
and I asked for a raise, and he
Um,
laughed. He laughed and said, "No, he wasn't giving me a raise. That the clients don't come there for me; they come there for that salon's name and that brand."
wow.
So I'm like, "Okay, you can laugh. We'll see who
Mm,
has the last laugh." And that was it. Like that following week, I went looking for space.
what?
Yes.
Wow. You were like, no.
Mhm.
I actually do remember this. I do remember you saying how you asked him and then he was just like, whatever, okay. And you were like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm gonna show you. But
I,
it wasn't so much
that's
about I'm gonna
right.
show you. It's like I'm not doing this anymore. Like
Nope.
we have to, make sure that you get what you want and that
You
you
have to
get
know your worth.
thank you. You
You have
go,
to
you
know
have
your
you
worth.
know, and you knew that you are worth more than what you were doing. Like I appreciate the help, bruh, but
Exactly.
I'm
Yep.
out of here. Wow, Crystal, that's amazing. That's amazing. And so, describe to me a little bit about your process of trying to get to this
Mhm.
place. How are you like? There's so much to it. It's not just like you just woke up and said, "All right, I'm going to own a salon," and then you walked up and here's a place, and here's you know.
No, because prior to finding a place, you have to establish an LLC,
Okay.
and that takes a lot of paperwork when you're doing a salon. It's a
Hmm.
lot of stuff through the state. I was back and forth to Trenton, going to the state capitol. It was a lot, but I did
Wow.
that. Uh, what else? Then it was a matter of looking for a space, and in a
Okay.
space in an area that you like. Like I wanted to make sure it was a decent area. You have to think about the parking. You have to think of, is it like, handicap accessible? Like there's a lot of things that go, into making
Absolutely.
sure or whatever. And I also, the thing that made me decide to go where I am is, anybody know me, I'm so pro black. Uh, Sorry, power to the people.
No, it's fine.
But I wanted to be in an area where there were more black businesses.
Hmm.
And so I went through a realtor and they sent me to a spot down the street,
Okay.
which I couldn't find. So I ended up finding this place by accident. Or I say,
Wow.
actually, God led me to this place.
Yes.
Because when I got there, every business in the area was black owned.
Wow.
And so I was like, oh, yeah, this is the spot.
This is it right here.
This is it. And
Location,
that was by
location.
accident. There was a
Mhm.
number on the window. I called the number. The landlord came over within 30 minutes and met with me and gave me the
Wow.
keys. Yeah,
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. That's what like a God moment right there because
exactly.
no one else could have done that. Led you, got lost just to find
Exactly.
where you were supposed to be and still are after all this time.
Yep.
Amazing. How long have you been there in this location?
It has been actually it'll be 6 years in May.
6 years. That's good. That's very good.
Yep.
And you have a good amount of people. I know people brag on you all the time and they
Mhm.
love. You were just telling me a story. Someone is flying up.
She is. One of my clients moved to Florida. She's getting married in May, but
Mhm.
she's flying in to have me do her hair for her wedding because she says she knows that it will be perfect and she don't trust anyone out there to do her hair.
See, listen,
So
listen, that's how
like,
you want it to be. You want people to say,
yeah,
I don't trust that. I will fly from Florida to New Jersey to get my hair done just so that I know it's what's up, what's going to be up, what it's going to look
right.
like.
That feeling right there,
That's what's up.
it's
That's
amazing.
what's
Yeah,
up.
I love
How
it.
I'm going to tell you a story of, I don't even know if you remember this. I still have the picture. I should have had it here. But I had this I bought this hair. I want you to do some magic. It was this hair that I had a certain look in mind. And when I guess I got the wrong hair. But you
Mm.
did something to this that made it like this cute little short haircut. It was, I wish I had the picture. Oh my gosh. If I had thought about it, I would have shown this picture. But you took this hair that was like this and hooked it up to this short
Aw.
little haircut. And I remember when I posted that picture, everyone was like, "What? Oh my God, your hair looks so good." And I'm like, if you had seen what it
Aw.
looks like prior to this, Crystal hooked it up, and Crystal is the girl. She can do a darn sew in like that and make
Thank
it look like
you.
that's your hair that grew out of your head.
I tried.
That's awesome. What inspired you to just call it Weave Queens?
Hmm. You know what? That actually came from I had a business partner when I first opened,
Okay.
and she had always wanted to own a salon as well.
Hmm.
And she wanted hers to be called Queen of Weaves.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't really like that. That's like tongue twisty for me. Like that don't
Hmm.
really catch me. I was like,
Hmm.
what about Weave Queens? And she was like, oh, I like that. So we ended up going with that.
Hmm. And I love it when she posts pictures. She says she's been crowned, right? She has been crowned, honey. When you go to Weave Queens, you are crowned. You are
Yes.
queen, whatever your first name is. Insert it right there. I love it. I love it. So, what services do you offer at Weave Queens? Other do you do just weaves? Like, what other services do you offer?
No, I'm definitely a full service salon. So I do
Hmm.
everything with the exception of natural hairstyling.
Hmm.
Now, I don't mean natural in the hair that grows out of your scalp. I
Hmm.
mean like no chemicals, non-processed
Right.
hair. That is not my thing. I stay in my
Hmm.
lane.
And we appreciate that because so
But
many
other
people
than
will
that,
try to do other
I
than
do
that.
I do cuts, colors, relaxers, all
Okay.
those. Yeah, but I
Okay.
specialize in hair weaving.
Gotcha. Understand. All right. So, Crystal, do you see yourself expanding outside of where you are now? Do you want Weave Queens 2, 3, or 4? Or for now, you're just okay?
Now, initially, that was the plan to expand, and I still do want to expand, but not on such a grand scale as I had in mind initially,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
because it's crazy. It's really hard to find licensed help.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what's stopping me actually from expanding at the moment because
Mm-hmm.
I just can't find good licensed help.
Right.
But I do plan to expand. I want to be like a one stop shop. I want
Okay.
to have a couple of nail techs, lash tech, someone to do brows, facials, everything, and get your hair done. I want to,
That would
yeah,
be awesome.
that's the goal within the
Okay.
next 5 years.
I love it. I love it. And it's going to happen because if you came this far, trust me, with the ambition and goals that you have set, it's going to happen. I know that. And it's going to happen.
Yes.
Absolutely. Wow. I cannot wait for all of that to come. I remember coming to the grand opening of your shop. That was great
Yes.
too. Crystal
Thank
has
you.
such a great, excellent taste. She's excellent. She's elegant. She's
Aww.
beautiful. She has everything. It's just her shop. If you see it, it's impeccable. This the furniture, everything is just right. She has that magic touch, and she is a queen in her own right.
Thank you.
You are very welcome. So, Crystal, where can they find you?
I am located at 314 Amsterdam Avenue in Roselle, New Jersey.
All right,
The
now
telephone number is 908 259 5667.
all right, you guys heard that. If you're in New Jersey or anywhere, because I told you the girl is coming up from Florida, y'all, to get her hair done. So anywhere you are, hit Crystal up. And finally, the last question is here. What can you say to future entrepreneurs who are maybe afraid to step out a little bit? What can you do to encourage them?
I will say definitely follow your dreams. Don't
Mm,
let anyone deter you. Like, yeah, definitely follow your dreams and you got to have faith.
mhm,
That's for sure. Cause I stepped out on faith. Like, I didn't have a whole lot of clients when I left that job, but I knew that God had me. So you got to step out on faith.
Yes,
And you have got to, if you want to bet on anything or anybody, bet on yourself. You
that
know,
is
and
good.
yeah, bet on yourself. And you just got to be willing to grind because you're going to grind. And there's going to be some long nights and it's going to be a whole lot of no's and doors getting closed. And you just can't give
Mhm.
up. You keep pushing because you got this.
That's right. You heard it. You got this. Thank you, everyone. This was Crystal Wiggins. She is the owner of Weave Queens in Roselle, New Jersey. She is a weave queenist. I'll call it like that. She will have you looking so dope and so fly. And trust me, you want your hair done by Crystal. And she is an entrepreneur and she is doing fabulous things. So I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I
Very
appreciate
proud.
it.
Yes, no problem. Um, Listen, show Crystal some love, like this video, share this video, and we thank you, women, for Women's History Month. All the women out there who are doing their thing, keep doing it, keep the faith, because you got this. Everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful day.